What's good, y'all? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again, and we got the virtual squad in the building. Yeah. We got a little squad in the building. We got the super producer Joel Holt in the back.
What's going
What's
on?
going on there, my guy? And of course, we got Drew in the building. Yeah, Drew in the building.
B's in the
Drew in the building. We got Jay in the cut and Drew in the building. We keep them both in the keep them both around, and then of course out in I don't know what's going on with the martini glass here, but the pettiest man alive, Mr. P Kid, is.
You see the arrow back? He gone already.
That's good stuff right there. Hey, if you're a P1, you know what this glass means. This is a good glass right here.
The copper glass means it's about to get petty.
That's
his gentleman, the pettiest man alive, and of course
that's his chalice.
That's his chalice. Stefan Adon in the building. Stefan staying with the Miami Heat knit cap as always. Even though
he's not a real fan,
he's got heat in the building.
I know why we lost that.
He's not. He's definitely not a real Bulls fan. Y'all blew a 22-1 lead, though. Remember that. Remember that on your head top. 22-1.
I think that was
there
their
were people at the game
that
shouldn't have been at the game, and they're at the game tonight. And he should have gave a real one his ticket.
Hey, 22-1. That's all I'm saying. Hey, man, we got a lot to get into on today's show, man. We got to recap this game. We got to talk about the coaching that we saw in this game. My God, the coaching that we saw in this game. Justin Fields, did he impress? I think he did. We got to talk about that. And our best and worst from the weekend. There was a lot of best and worst from this weekend. But all that more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let's jump into the show. Boys, first things first, we suck. I mean, that was tough. That was tough. Let's get into the recap. I know Joel's got the recap ready out here, dude. We got a recap video? Or
we just definitely do.
We're just going straight in. Because this is
well, hold on. Let me go ahead and flip this. And we're going to go over there. And we're going to bring up the recap video.
And there you have it, homeboy. No.
There you have it.
I don't know why I felt like that was
There we go. Sorry about that, fellas. And let's go.
Hey, listen, it was an interesting game to say the least. The Bears literally won in every metric you want to see them win in, except the score. 31-26, Bears end up losing. Thought they did a good job moving the football. Thought they had a perfect scheme versus this Detroit Lions team. And listen, the Lions seemed a little bit nervous there for a while, all until the last 4 minutes of play. Defensively, the defense did every single thing that it needed to do until the last 4 minutes of play. We're talking about 4 minutes of football here, people. Justin Fields came out 169 yards, 1 tutty, 104 rush yards. I thought he had an excellent game versus the game plan. DJ Moore was the dog that we know him to be. 7 receptions, 96 yards, 1 touchdown. TJ Edwards was all over the place, man. He was taking away tackles. He had an INT in that game as well. Jack Sanborn coming away with a tackle for loss. Big QB hit a sack and 4 tackles. Tyreek Stevenson with an INT. Gotta love that. I think that he's already looking like the best DB on the field. And then Montez Sweat. I mean, the sweat effect is real at this point.
Sweat.
I don't like that.
Hey, Pat, did you try to
never do that again?
What's going on right here, buddy?
I didn't like that at all.
Your hair look higher than it normally is. Like, what's happening?
Like the hair? He's talking about the hair?
No, I'm saying, yeah, like it's higher. Like, what are we doing right now?
I don't know where the comb came from. It was just there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Like, this is Johnny Bravo thing going on.
I'll be around. Listen, I think my thoughts are pretty well documented on what we saw from this team. I agree with Joel's caption right there. The Bears played not to lose, only to lose. I think that's 100% facts. But was this the best case scenario when you look at the situation that the Bears are in? I mean, we saw some really good things from the quarterback position. We saw some really good things from the team overall. I mean, realistically, we saw 56 minutes of good football, but good football teams put teams away in the last 4 minutes, and the Chicago Bears team was not able to do that. Boys, what'd you see? I go to y'all. I got a video on the channel already where I was just broken last night, so I had to drop something to vent. What'd you see?
Man, I told y'all they got to score 30 to win. And I'm tired.
They needed 32 in this one, Joe.
No, if Jalen Johnson doesn't miss that pick 6,
we'll talk about that.
You know what I'm saying? If they actually played, if they didn't punk out and go for like 3 runs in that last drive, and they could have actually scored instead of them going for a field goal, they needed to score.
Yeah.
So they play like some punks, in my opinion. So I was disappointed. I was disappointed overall in just how they looked really, really good. And then the coaching just fell apart.
Yeah.
And then they went conservative. But this is what they do all the time, right?
Yeah.
They've done this against a lot of the games.
This is every season.
But they've done it where they'll start off hot.
Yeah.
It was incredible what we saw that first quarter. It was like, oh my God. Now, take away, I hated the design runs. I hate the halfback toss to the quarterback. I hate those plays. I hate those.
You hate the halfback toss?
To the running back. Like Justin Fields hikes and they all sniff it out. I like it when the play breaks down and then he's able to run and get the extra yards. I don't like it when they design a run for him to run and he's getting knocked out or getting tackled like that.
I mean, listen.
I don't like that.
Listen,
you asked me what I said.
You asked me what I said.
I don't like it.
Listen, I get you. Right? You're not a fan of the halfback toss. I need everyone to understand, though, this was not a schmuck defense that you were playing against.
Of course not.
Right? That halfback toss works against the Commanders.
No,
and
it
works
didn't.
against Denver.
No, it hasn't.
It has worked.
No,
With Deontay
bro,
Foreman going
all year. No, I'm talking about
off-ball
Justin
running.
Fields. I'm not talking about Deontay Foreman. I'm talking about Fields. When they do the design quarterback runs, he has not looked like a dynamic running quarterback this year. It's usually when the play breaks down.
That's not a halfback toss.
I was making a joke about it. You just whoop. You know what?
Did anybody else get that joke? Anybody else?
I'll be honest with you, Joe. That went over my head.
Nobody else got that joke.
I'm saying
I'm
saying that I didn't like that when basically the design quarterback run where Justin Fields basically taking the ball from the backfield and it looks like a halfback run. I don't like that play. But the plays where he's making extra plays with his legs, love those. The one where he was dancing, got the first down. That's the Fields that we used to see last year.
How dare you have fun?
That was crazy. Shout out to the super chat from Tana. Said, "What up, gang? 2 straight runs up the middle in crunch time is unacceptable."
Unacceptable.
Listen, I'm right there with you. Apparently, everybody's saying that. Everybody's saying Greeny stole my take today on Get Up. I don't think it's my take. I think we all just agree that things suck. And we need a new head coach. That's pretty much all.
I will say one thing, and I hate to be the person who like plays devil advocate with it.
Lord.
But here, no, for real, we complained about them not running Justin Fields. We complained about them not doing it. They actually did it this game. Like,
I don't have it. That was a Joel personal.
No. I'm just let me get that off. I'm not talking about your take. I'm talking about like the general consensus of the game plan.
I'm not.
Like, if you're on Twitter, a lot of people are killing them for the game plan. It's like, nah, this is exactly what you all asked for.
What you needed to run.
My point was, if anything, I nitpicked for how that the first quarter went. Technically, everything was good, minus I didn't like some of those plays. That's all. Outside of that, it looked great. We saw some misdirection. We saw some RPO type stuff. Like, outside of that, it looked good. And I think they were protecting Justin Fields to a degree, especially with his thumb being injured. You know, like he still wasn't 100%. You saw blood dripping off. Did it look like his fingernail got ripped, or
his finger got cut open? He said he ended up getting a cut on his middle finger.
Yeah. So
there's a lot of weird injuries in this game. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like Braxton Jones going out. He's like, I can't fucking see. I was like,
is that what happened?
Well, I think so. From what I've heard from sources, is that his contact got knocked out, and because of how he was acting, trying to put it back in, the ref thought he had a concussion. He thought he was stumbling.
Oh,
and so he told the coach to send him off, send him to the tent. And Braxton was upset because he was like, I don't need to go off.
I got you.
Yeah, I mean, so I was, but no, I felt like this game plan was perfect.
It was great
for this scenario.
It was perfect
for 56 minutes.
For 56 minutes.
It was perfect because it was the same game plan that we'd seen work against this particular defense. I think, Pat, you had mentioned that the Ravens did something very similar. If you go back and look at some of the games that the Detroit Lions struggled with, they've only lost 2 this season, so we can't go back to their losses. But the ones that they struggled with, mobile QB that they had design runs for gave them fits. And so we gave the team, the coaches gave Justin Fields and the fans exactly what you all asked for. You all asked for the same game plan that they gave Bagent. They gave him the same game plan that they gave Bagent. Then against this defense, you're not throwing across the middle those short yard passes that you probably would have wanted to see. You weren't going to get that out of there. And from accuracy reasons, which is something I even questioned, I wondered if they chose to go with the more run heavy thing just because they want to protect him in that regard. Because throwing deep over the top, yeah, Detroit forces you to do that. Go over the top or take advantage of the run, but you're not getting much in the middle.
Dude,
And Justin hasn't shown to be like elite in the middle. So like, did they protect it? Was it too conservative? Yeah, but like, what if he had gone out there trying to do that and they demolished him?
But
He
that
had
wasn't the
Jared
whole
Goff
game.
on the other.
No,
I don't think that would have been the case either.
I think that's the problem, though, right? That wasn't your entire game plan. That wasn't what we saw. That was just that 4 minutes.
right.
The game plan for the entire game, Justin Fields was throwing the football a ton. Every quarter, he had above 5 passes in the game.
Right.
Every quarter, he had above 50 yards back. Like, he did what you wanted to see him do. They just all of a sudden were like, we don't want to see you do this anymore.
Right. They took the ball out of his hands, and it's like you're in the fourth quarter, you're up, and it's like the pressure. Something happened where it's like they all just melted.
Well, it is. To me, it is what you said. It is what you said. They got
ultra conservative because they
Yeah.
thought they could maybe run the ball out. You saw a difference though. Like I think with Tevin Jenkins being on the left side, like we didn't have the holes that we'd like to see open up for the running backs. Like our running game was not that great. Like Roschon had like 5 yards of carry, but he only had like 30 yards. Five carries, 30 yards. Dante was like 5 carries for
Deontay
14.
ended up getting hurt.
He did get hurt, but even still, he had 2 point something. Khalil Herbert did not look that good.
Yeah.
So, like our running game, now mind you, I guess
I mean, your
we have to
running
give
game
credit.
is also Justin Fields, 104 yards.
Right. I mean, we got to give credit
Like,
to. No, I'm
That was
just.
pretty good. You ran for 184 yards. That's a pretty good day.
When I'm
And that's my type of game.
hey, that's my type
Well,
of running back right there.
Hey, we did put a
104
Ringo
yards.
game plan. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was a Ringo special we was running.
That's my type of game. Nah,
we
but
didn't
I
need
mean,
we didn't need him to run at the end. We needed
honestly,
37.
I was gonna say honestly, just looking at it, I mean, it's like Joel said, they played basically not to lose, and they wound up losing. And the thing is like you come out, Justin has the pass, Justin has the deep pass over the middle. DJ makes the great catch. It was an absolute dot. But then they turn around. Everything was basically working in his favor. You see Justin using his legs, but it's legit one of those moments where it's like I'm going to prove to you in like the last 4 minutes that we know what we're doing as a staff. And this is going to work because not only are we going to prove it to ourselves, but we're going to prove it to we're going to prove it to Poles, and we're going to prove it to Kevin Warren that this works. The crazy part to me is you seeing in those last 4 minutes, like even this whole season, like Detroit isn't gonna roll over. Like Detroit has completely taken on Dan Campbell's personality, because even though Jared Goff threw those 3 picks, like you saw, like he came right back down, marched them down the field, and David Montgomery waited on his moment, and he absolutely got his moment. That was legit. One team took their foot off the gas. The other one kept their foot on the gas late in the fourth, and you saw who came out with the dub. And my last point is this: now going into it, because I think somebody asked Eberflus either yesterday or today about the scheme, and he's like, "Well, if you look at the last couple of weeks, we've been putting up points here and there, and like if you looked at who the defensive coordinator was, which was me,
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, he had a Nagy moment.
Hey, I'm looking. I'm like, bro, like, did you really just pull a Nagy right now?
Nagy said, I'm the head coach.
Yep.
That's real.
That's real.
We have
real.
I'm the defensive coordinator here.
Yep.
That's
all
real.
right here. Yep.
And I called
like, bro, cut it out. It's the same things. Like, bro, stop.
This is what I want to say. We were talking about this in the car on the way down, and it's like the problem is the coach. You have a defensive-minded coach.
Yeah,
he took the ball out of the offensive side of the game because he believed in his defense. It's not ready yet. It's like they're not quite ready, and so instead of taking strength against strength, the Lions' strength is the offense.
Yeah.
So when it mattered, they did what they had to do when they gave him an out, and our defense is not right there. So You took the ball out of the best playmakers' hands. You
Mhm.
did not rely on the strength of your team. You believed in the defense. It's just not ready yet. This is
And-
totally on the coaches.
And
Yeah,
Joel,
no, and I think that's the one thing for me. And Lance is kind of. I talked with Lance today on the pod. Excellent episode on the podcast. Check out the Chicago Bears podcast. But I talked with Lance today, and it was one of those situations where he feels like the Bears are building the right things. They're doing the right things, right? His mindset is you have to fix 4 minutes, which is correct. But fixing 4 minutes might be just fixing some of the pieces that you have there, basically. That's his mindset, right? You put the 3 technique in there, they're not able to get down the field on you. But here's my thing, and this is, even with Lovey, this was the issue. You have to have such an elite defense to run that kind of game. You have to have to run a prevent style, we're going to pack it in, right? You have to have the 2006 Bears, which is a legacy defense on that. That's how good they were. Like, literally, they were like, we will give you the entire football field. You know why? Because you won't be able to score in the red zone. The Chicago Bears in the red zone at one point in 2006 were allowing teams to score for 14% of their times in the red zone.
Right.
That's basically 1 out of every 10 times you go down there, you get a touchdown. I'm willing to play with those odds. Matt Eberflus doesn't have that team here.
Not yet.
That team is not built here. And maybe, right, like you're in the mindset of, well, he's calling the right plays to go out there when he does have that team. Sure, maybe that's the case, but that's not calling winning football. You had an opportunity to call a winning football game. And I think the mindset of your coach permeates into the mindset of your players. To me, your players thought you did enough. Your players thought you made enough happen here to go out there and be successful. We're up 12 with 4 minutes to go. There's no way that they can come back. We did enough.
Well, for me, it's the Bears way, because the Bears say we're going to show you and tell you what we're going to do, and we're going to beat you with execution. So that's the mindset that, the coaching staff has, is they saying we're going to run it down your throats. We got the lead. We're in the fourth quarter. We're going to run the clock out.
Yeah.
Instead of being aggressive, which has never been the Bears' way. But hold on a second. Super chat out there, DJ Spawn, when Fields bring the swag out of his game is on. That's true. When he is allowed to, be himself, we are definitely a better team. But if you're still relying on that old mindset of run the ball, run the clock out, let's play not to lose, as Joe said, we're going to lose every time.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I rarely hear, and even Briggs was like, "That's what you should do. You've given your defense 2 scores. You shouldn't lose that game defensively. 4 minutes to go." But as a coaching staff, right? When do we talk about that being successful? When do we ever talk about packing it in and just hoping for the best and running the clock out and finishing? When do we really talk about that being? We talk about that maybe if you have which I guess the Bears do, right? One of the best run games in football, but at that point, they're loading the box. So if they're loading the box, you got 8 men that you got to run into. It don't matter if you got Walter Payton back there. It's going to be a little bit hard to run the football forward. That was a time to me where I say you need to go play action. You need to go off ball. You need to set up your screen passes, because in those situations, they're loading the box up. That's going to make your life a heck of a lot easier, because you're not just running into the teeth of the defense. I literally, while I was watching the 2 runs that we did, I literally was like, this is what Joe will be talking about when we used to do this with Thomas Jones versus the Vikings. Like, this is exactly what Joe used to be talking about.
I'm like, dude, but the other problem is for some reason, it's not adapting to today's game. The game is different. Like, you can't go back to that mentality. It's centered around the quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you got 5 running backs and the greatest offensive line, to be able to just grind the games out like that with a great defense, unless you got the 2000 Ravens, that's not happening. Or at least it's not right now.
Yeah.
Like V-Dog, the whole point is that this team is not, the defense is not ready for you to sit there and depend on the defense to close the game out. That's exactly what happened against Denver. We're up.
That's exactly what happened against the entire
most of the games.
And the thing about it too is I feel like, right, there it's like you said, Pat, they're missing a 3 technique guy. I feel like at the end of the day, like I feel like so because they was talking about like closers on the defensive side of the ball like last week, I feel like Montez Sweat could be that closer, but they need that three technique guy where like all to come together because like you saw like once Detroit scored, literally it was like, okay, Bears got the ball, Aiden, go do what you do. Aiden's the closer.
Well, yeah, I think you just knew, right? Once they went down and scored it with 1:15, like taking 1:15 off the clock, you knew that, like, okay, you need to eat some clock here. You need to figure out how you're going to eat the clock up here. And listen, I give the Bears credit. The 56 minutes was good. I do give you credit for that, but it's about the 4 minutes. Because guess what? Detroit adjusted
those 4 minutes.
Detroit adjusted what the Bears did in the first quarter. Right? The Bears are running the ball all over the place. Justin Fields running it. He's slinging it. He's throwing 10 yards a pass. Detroit adjusted. They changed their front, how they were attacking up front. All of a sudden, the Bears couldn't run the ball as well. The Bears adjusted back. This may be the first game all season we've seen the Bears adjust back. Like honestly, but it's the mindset of we've done enough to get it done. No, you haven't, because all season there hasn't been one game where you felt like you did enough. We won the Commanders game, and they still almost had that drive where you were like, "Oh snap!" Here
they barely beat the Panthers.
Yeah, but the Panthers game
that was a grind.
I was going to say the Commanders game.
It still comes down to the coaching, and there's still players. Like I can't sit there and say, and people can't really blame Fields for this game.
Yeah,
he threw no interceptions. He ran for 100 yards and threw for 169.
And Muzz upset about that. Like he ran the perfect game plan. Like that's what he ran the game plan I wanted to see him run.
But I think that's also based on him coming off injury. Like he still
could be.
He's not 100%. He's still shaking his hand because it still hurt.
Yeah, but this is also the game plan that has been proven to beat Detroit this year. Like I commend Luke Getsy for running it. Like it's the first time all season I think we've come into a game and we were like, this is what the Bears need to do to win a game. And we actually saw him do it on the field.
I just know watching this type of team, and anytime the Bears would be up 20-something points, when this dude is getting us some points, the defense keeps choking the games away, but he's getting blamed for the loss. Well, Fields is 6-20 or whatever, 6-20. Yeah, but our defense isn't good. Well, they gave the game away because Eddie Jackson literally let the guy go. What's the name? Literally
Jameson
had the
Williams.
Ball in his hands and had a pick six.
Yeah, we got to talk about.
I will say this though. If it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. You have to do both of them. Like at the end of the day, the defense still gave you 3 takeaways, right? So the defense played their part. They gave you more opportunities, more bites at the apple to put points on the board.
Yes, that's true.
At Justin Fields and the offense at the end, that the fumble and everything like that, that's offensively. Like so, when the game ends with the ball in the offensive hand, then you can actually make a case for. Now, is it fair that anyone gets particularly blamed for one particular thing? No, but like realistically, like I can't just blame the defense. But the one thing I will say about this coaching staff that ultimately gets me is the simple fact that I can't hear him.
I was saying I can't make a case for the defense for the offense because the offense puts you up 2 scores. And you let that go. That's on your defense. Like your offense shouldn't have had to do anything else. Now, I can make a case on coaching. All right, we got to talk about coaching. I can make a case for Luke Getsy saying we're not going to throw the football anymore in the entire fourth quarter. I can make a case on the fact that you basically were like, we're going to pack it in and call it a day. I can make a case for the fact that you took the ball out of the guy who literally was the opposing head coach said, we have to figure out how to stop him or we're going to lose this game. Hey, guess what, guys? The way to stop him was to just let Luke Getsy coach him because he was going to stop him himself. Right? Like I can make a case for that when Justin Fields cooked them the entire game and you had 1 pass in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You literally took the ball away from him. And I see a lot of people talking about you got 2 scores off of 4 turnovers. You only got 2 scores off of 4 turnovers. You have to be able to do more than that. 2 scores off of 4 turnovers. And again, I say this, the people on the other side, they get paid a lot of money to do that too. They get paid a lot of money to stop offenses. They're pretty good at it. They're top 10 in the NFL. They get paid quite a bit of bread to not let you move down the field. You got 10 points out of it. Would I like to see you get more? Yeah, I would love to see him go out there and be a Madden team and you put up 17 touchdowns. You know what else I would love to see though? I would love to see when the ball hits Jalen Johnson in his hands,
And
he's got nothing
got
but
the
open
pic-
grass going the other way.
Hey, that man,
Yes,
Jalen
yes,
Johnson
yes.
got them Orochimaru. Hey, remember when Orochimaru was losing his body was dying and he was losing his hands in the forest?
Yeah, that's how
When he was
Jalen
trying to
Johnson
get-
look. Yeah, for sure.
Bro,
Rico took us down an anime path. Don't worry about that.
I don't get the analogy of
Yeah,
you
Rico
have
took us
to-
down an anime path. Basically, the arms of the guy were dying in the anime.
hey, the
I
mug
also
in the-
don't get the
mug in
sentiment
chat
of
get
you
it.
having to score on every time you get you force a turnover. Like,
Well,
y'all do
you wanna
realize
get
that
not
that
when
ain't
you're in
happening.
the end zone and can literally run it
You
in.
want to get points every time you get a turnover, right? But I don't
But
know
you
how
know-
to tell people this. This is the NFL.
But
That's
you know
not how it
why?
works.
Because that changed. They
This-
scored
this is the
after that.
NFL.
But they scored right after that. That's like a 14-point swing.
Yeah.
They're supposed to go up.
Yeah.
And now these dudes come. There it is right there. There, bam, right there. It's in his hands. You
Oh,
can
the
see it. I got it. That's on one. It's in his
Hey,
hands.
and guess what? Just like a true DB, right? Where's his eyes? Is he looking at the ball?
He's kind of half looking.
Hey, how did your this is gonna be a sore stuff. How'd you learn how to catch? I almost said something that was gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings. How'd you learn how to catch?
You got to make the diamond.
Right?
You gotta put
When
your eye on
the ball comes towards your face, do you not look at the ball?
yeah, gotta keep your eye on the
Where his
ball.
eyes at? He's still looking at the end zone. He's looking at the check that he think he about to get. Oh, drop the bag. Don't sit there and talk to me about, I'm the best DB in the NFL. You're not even a top 10 DB in the NFL. Because guess what? If that was the only one, yeah, DBs make mistakes, but it should cost you more than 10 push-ups, right? When the second one hits you in the hands, how about that? Did that one come? Did you come away with that one? Because that could have helped put the game away as well.
And to your point, the problem is that yes, technically you shouldn't always try to score, but this is a good team.
Yeah.
They can put points up.
Yeah.
Every possession counts with a team like this. And you saw exactly what happened. They basically said, "Oh, we got it. We'll just do 3 runs." And they kicked the field goal and they gave them the ball back.
And I'm not gonna lie, even being aggressive at that point, right? First off, you're in the second half. Might as well use your timeouts. By the way, 128 in the building. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. We talk Chicago sports Monday through Friday. Tune in with us. You're talking about. Listen, is it just me or was Justin Fields well past the first down when he did the QB sneak
And they called it short.
and they called it short?
I thought it was just me.
well past the first down.
I
not
thought we were challenging that.
Like, I get it. Like, when Matt Eberflus gets fired, he's leaving with like 7 timeouts in his pocket. That's his goal here.
Bro, I thought I was tweaking.
Bro, I looked at Justin. I was like, bro, he was so far over the first down. You have to challenge this play. You have
We're
to
gonna be a
find a
challenge
way.
here, right?
And to me, right, that's the moment. I get it. Oh, we kick this field goal. We go up 9. We make it so it's not just a 1 touchdown game. We still have control of the board. Our defense is playing well. Blah. I get all the points on it, right? But just that moment alone is one of those things where it's like, I have to make sure I have timeouts for the end of the game. You used 1 when they were about to score, and you didn't use another one. Yes, your last drive, you had 2 timeouts, but the mindset of I need this just in case things go bad is the dumbest mindset in the world, because that means that you're preparing for things to go bad.
Can't play not to lose.
And I told you that goes to the aggressiveness that he doesn't have. The Bears don't have. The coaching staff is not aggressive
Yeah.
because you don't worry about those timeouts. Of course, you don't just waste them, but you use them for critical positions. And that potential for a challenge was a critical position. You get the first down, you keep the ball moving, and it changes your dynamics in your play calling. Like the second to last drive, you go run, and instead of putting the ball in your playmaker's hand, you put it in a potential for a rookie.
Yeah.
That's coaching worse I've ever seen.
Malpractice.
You have your number 1 receiver in a bunch formation,
He runs like a flat.
and right, exactly. And then you run a double move go route with the rookie wide receiver. Why isn't
Now, granted, listen, he got to catch that.
you got to
gotta
catch
catch
it?
it.
Yes.
But
You
you
gotta
put,
catch it.
you
That
put
was-
that in
You
That
the
was
put
a
your
wrong
wrong.
number,
pass.
you put
Not
your
in your
number
play
1
pa-
person in
Yeah.
that position to make
Yeah.
or break that. You don't put in a rookie.
Yeah,
That's
but the
what I
problem is-
noticed.
The problem is,
You don't do that on third down.
DJ, on third down, that is a good time to do it because you're going to play action and they think you're going to try to run the football to make them use their last time out. Like, I get that aspect of it, but at the same time, you can't put DJ Moore in that position because they're going to double him, and they're going to have a safety over the top. Tyler Scott, they're not going to have a safety over the top. That's why the play was so wide open. Tyler Scott got it he got in a bad position. Listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. We 2 wide receivers in with Ryan Poles. He looking a little Bayless-ish. Tyler Scott got a little Bayless in his game. Little fumblerooski, little not running the route the right way. He got a little Bayless in his game.
The one thing about
– go ahead.
My fault, bro.
I was going to say what I don't like is that I'm not seeing that we didn't have our best playmakers getting the ball. I mean, technically Moore did because that one big play.
I don't understand why that Tyler Scott throw wasn't Mooney. I don't get that.
Or Mooney.
I don't get that.
Right, because my point is it should be Moore to Mooney or Kmet.
Yeah.
We should not be seeing
Brown.
But those are check down guys.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see that. We're not getting the ball to the guys that we're supposed to get it to. And I mean, Moore had a great catch, which got him basically over the hump to get him to 96 yards. But he should be averaging over 100-some yards. Like, that is the guy to throw the ball to. Kmet is the other guy that should be your safety valve. And we didn't see that at all. Like, they tried to get him like against New Orleans. Kmet was eating. We're not seeing that consistency out of this.
But you know what? I will say this. Listen, I think Justin played a heck of a game. By the way, shout out to Edward for the super chat. Said no team has ever been 3 turnovers up and plus 40 minutes in top and lost. Teams were 48-0 until yesterday. Yeah, I said that stat yesterday on the show as well. It is a crazy stat. Teams were 48-0 in the position that the Bears were in, and the Bears found a way to lose. One thing that I will say about Justin, that if you want to say there's a flaw in his game, right now I think when Justin focuses on somebody,
he stared that thing down.
I don't think he's staring it down. I think he's doing a good job with his eyes, but I think that he's focusing on that guy. Like, if he's getting the ball to DJ Moore is getting the ball. Everybody else gets the things that the play to DJ Moore breaks down. Whoever his focus is that day, I think that's his guy, which is fine, right? Like, that's something that you can grow from
he could be
over time. It's not the end of the world. Do
you think that's Justin, or you think that's the game plan?
No, I think that's Justin, because I think this is a very similar. Somebody says something that I don't remember. Maybe it was a comment in here, or somebody called in to the post game show. I do a lot of shows, but I think that they said it best. When Justin Fields is on the field, Justin Fields is the best player on the field. When Tyson Bagent is in the game, the athletes that are your wide receivers are the best players that are on the field, and he gets the ball to them. I think that Justin Fields is more focused on is going to be me and DJ and the rest of y'all versus
just get the ball.
Versus it being I'm the quarterback that's facilitating it to everybody. But listen, I can deal with that in the moment we're at right now because he's year 3 in the NFL, right? Like, it's not that doesn't mean that's who he's going to be the rest of his career. And he's got a number 1 wide receiver. I want him throwing the football to that guy. Yeah. I could care less about everybody else that's getting the ball in there, right? Cole Kmet gets the underneath stuff. Khalil Herbert catching it out the flat, out of the backfield. That's fine, right? Like, you can grow from that game plan. You can win games from that game plan. I thought that Justin Fields yesterday did every single thing you needed to do to beat this team. And yet again, and this is why, listen, at this point, if anybody walks up to you and tells you Justin Fields' record, you punch him in the face.
Punch him in the face.
And tell him Pat said that this is okay. That don't work.
You know what? For our legal team that we don't have, but we need.
Yeah, that don't work if you go good.
That doesn't work. So we don't.
Hey, disclaimer, full disclaimer. If you go to jail, it didn't work, right? But
cannot play with him.
I thought this would work.
But bro, like, yesterday tells you wins are not a quarterback stat because your quarterback puts you in every position to win that game. Your quarterback, Justin Fields, puts you in every position to win that game.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Yeah, I mean, I love that.
Hey, can I say this one thing though? I will say this because I was never big on the win-loss record when Justin came back. I've said that going into the season, I still stand on it. It's all about the development. I think the biggest missed opportunity here was they played it so conservatively in a time where you wanted to get action and you wanted to see how do you evaluate Justin the passer if you don't put him in a situation to pass it
right
in those situations.
Well, he was
played scared.
He was in the second half and those last possessions, they didn't give him that opportunity. Really, they gave him one, like you said, it was one completed pass in the second half.
No, not one.
On top of that, one deep shot to Tyler Scott. That's not how you evaluate the future of my franchise.
But the problem
No,
is,
it wasn't one completed pass, kid. He threw one pass in the fourth quarter.
Again,
The whole
that's
fourth
even more.
quarter.
Like the whole thing was I have to evaluate my QB. So if I'm Ryan Poles, I'm having a real conversation with Luke Getsy, and I'm having a real conversation with Flus. I said, hey, listen, if I'm evaluating the future of my franchise from the QB position, how the heck do I get that done with one pass in a crunch time situation? Like, how do I get that done if I don't even I don't need another running back?
Hey,
Right?
How
How
do
do I get that done if you're
what I
not
was-
giving them those opportunities? And that's the part that I didn't like, because I wanted Justin to have the same opportunity that we even saw Tyson had. Tyson against the Saints, trying to close out that game and make a run or whatever. He didn't have those opportunities because they pretty much took it away from him playing conservatively.
Yeah, but
Like, give him that shot.
I think the difference with that is, though, Tyson wasn't in any game situations outside of Oakland where he was winning. We've seen
That's
them
true.
do this to Justin now in 3 games.
That's true.
The last 3 games that Justin Fields has played,
yeah,
we've seen them do this to Justin Fields, where Justin plays great the first half. Third quarter, you come out, you're like, we're going to throw a couple of passes, but we just going to get to the fourth quarter and finish out the game. Fourth quarter gets here. Heck, versus Denver, he drove you down the field with his arm yet again. Yet again.
yeah.
So, like, and here's the one thing. If I'm Ryan Poles, I don't have I'm still questioning through the next 6 games. I still have to evaluate the quarterback. But I don't have the question because I continue to see the same thing happen, right? What's the statement? The definition of insanity is
keep
doing the same thing
expecting
a different result. The common denominator for Justin Fields right now is in the fourth quarter of games.
It's the Denny Green. They are what we thought they were.
They are what we thought they were, right?
My
common denominator right now with Justin Fields' play is that in the fourth quarter and in the second half of games, the coach's mindset is, all right, boys, we're up now. We're going to pack it in. Great game. I know there's an entire half left to play, but we should have done enough here to win this game.
Yeah.
Let's get out
We're
of here.
going to bleed this clock out.
By the way, Pat,
Hearing, or at least I think that
Oh, Joe got sources? Hold on.
it's the internet. Everything on the internet is true. They might it sounds like they actually have faith in Field. I think Poles might be, they're not necessarily going to move from Fields. Nothing I think is saying that some of these quarterbacks coming out is worth, like, we got to make this move.
Yeah.
And the thing is that what he's displayed, I mean, this sounds like, dude, this is like a Lovey thing all over again. Eberflus stays because the defense got better. We're moving on from Luke Getsy. They're going to bring another coach, maybe run the same type of concepts. And then we're going to get another OC.
You hope. I mean, you hope, right? Like, you hope that, listen, I have a tough time shooting Flus any bill because I think that the mindset that they have trickles down to the entire team. But the defense is better.
It's gotten way better.
I can't argue that.
Yeah,
the defense is leaps and bounds better than where it was last season. It's been pretty good all year. You're talking about multiple games where they've held teams to 21 to 24 points, some games 14 to 18 points, and the offense, lets the team go the other way on a scoop and score and get into the end zone. But
we're still a draft away, offseason away for year 3 to get this. It takes 3 years to build a team, at least.
Just about, yeah.
So we are at the point we need. I actually had all these rosters. I have all these rosters, and for some reason the thing is tripping. To show you how talented the 06 Bears were, how talented the 2002 Buccaneers were, and the Colts, because they all ran a similar type of defense, just to see. I guess the next show I'll pull that up for next time. But the point is, like, we need. I know we still
need talent.
We need 3 linemen, 3 defensive linemen, and 2 offensive linemen. I want a left tackle, a center, and we need. He wants an impact player. So
I want an impact player.
I'll be real with you. We really just need a 3 technique. Now, you're probably not re-signing Yanni.
Right. For this defense to work, you need an impact player, whether that is on the edge or in the middle. Your 3 technique, he has to be impactful. He has to push the pocket back so the quarterback runs into the ends. Then you need the Eddie Jackson, a replacement for Eddie Jackson. I think he's on his decline.
Yeah, he's had too many injuries. For one, listen, again, paying attention to what's happening. Eddie Jackson ain't never been a covered DB.
Oh, well, I could have
never
told you
been good in
he ain't did that since Bama.
He ain't been good in coverage. He wasn't good in coverage at Alabama. He's a ball hog.
But that's what you need.
You got him over the
cover
top
two.
of Jalen Johnson. Yeah.
In the cover two,
Yeah.
you need the ball hawk,
Well, that's
and
what,
you need the 3 technique in the middle. You need a good couple solid ends.
Yeah.
And you need your coverage linebacker that can rush the passer, but can go back in the middle and cover the tight end.
that's
To
what
work for this Tampa too.
but that's what Brisker's supposed to be. Brisker's supposed to be our John Lynch, our Mike Brown. That's the guy we need.
He is, but the guy standing next to him also has to play his
But that's
role
the
on
Daniel
field.
Manning.
You know what I mean?
But that's the Daniel Manning dude that gives up the big play and he loses the Super Bowl.
Never recover from that one, did he?
That's
Yeah. Joe's crying, everybody. We don't want to see. Oh, God. They put the camera on.
Super Bowl.
That's tough.
By the way, Bijan Robinson looked real good in his last game.
Oh, wow. You doubled down. Why'd you do that? Now, why did you do that? You didn't have to have.
They don't even use him
also
right.
gotta
He still look good.
He just literally kicked him in his chest when he was down.
I also got to give credit to one guy who stepped in and just got the job done. And listen, I got to give credit to the leadership of Justin Fields as well, being able to navigate through another change and saying, you know what, I just have to get him on point. Dan Feeney stepped in and did a pretty good job. I got to give Dan Feeney credit. Dan Feeney came in there. He did a pretty good job on Kaminsky up in there. I'm a fan of the mullet, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a mullet fan.
Pat, if you roll up with a mullet, I swear for God, I'm gonna buy some clippers to cut your hair.
You said what?
I will wrestle you down to cut your hair if you show up with a mullet. You said that with like too
Oh,
enthusiastic.
no. I'm talking about.
You're
I'm
like,
talking
I
about,
like the mullet. No,
Would love
dog.
to see
I'm
Pat
talking
with a
about just him.
full mustache.
I probably look like Theo Vaughn.
A party was it?
Probably just
Damn.
look like Theo Vaughn.
Business in the front and
Yeah.
the party in the back.
Business in the front, party in the back.
We will literally
I have
tie
the
you
permit.
down and shave your head, dog. Don't you dare.
Yeah, baby.
Hey, I have the permanent back too to get it
Hey,
straight.
man, what is
That'd
this?
be great.
He was like kid-
Devin from Drumline?
No, what was the dude?
I ain't read the
Lean on
last
me.
page.
He was kid somebody. He was like, "Yo, Mr. B or whatever."
Yeah.
the little drug thing. I'm dropping out of school.
Hey, they gonna say, yo, hey, ain't no pause on that one. My man showed with a mullet. That's flagrant. That's nasty work. That's flagrant play. That's
yeah,
foul. That's arresting. That's
I
nah.
struck
My
the
man
bullet,
gotta
bro.
get. We
That's
gotta
all
go.
down.
That is crazy.
But look,
kid.
but to
That's
your point,
insane.
when Patrick went down, because it looked like that was a bad injury. I think
that was a
It looked-
cheap play. Too.
yeah.
I don't know if it was dirty, but
Yeah.
that was a cheap play.
when that happened, it was like, oh God, like because we were doing so good.
Yeah.
It's like, and what makes me mad? Why didn't they hear the whistle? Because him and Braxton Jones was running like, what are y'all doing? Do
Well,
not get hurt.
Listen, I'm fine with that. Play through the whistle because he was running. Because
Well, they-
guess what? Because that's the
They
moment.
played the whistle.
Hey,
They
look,
didn't hear
hey, look, that's the moment that the Chicago Bears always have, where like the whistle goes off, but they like, oh, it was an inadvertent whistle. The play is actually live. It's a touchdown.
Right.
Shout out to him. Good job. Keep it going. I'm fine with that. But hey, Lucas Patrick got killed. But the mullet stepped in and did a pretty
He
good
got
job.
killed so many.
Yeah, he
he
got
better
Bob.
not be on the roster next year.
I see you,
He
Bob,
does
too.
not to be on the roster next
Yeah.
year.
Who? No, who?
Lucas Patrick.
Lucas
I'm sorry, I
Patrick.
was reading.
Lucas
He got pancaked so
Nah,
many
yeah.
every other week. He should be showing up on Get Up's pancake. Every week he's getting pancaked every week.
Wait. What is that?
Nah, that's
What
a
does that mean,
segment. That's a
dog?
segment
That's a
on Get Up.
That's
Yeah.
a segment
Yeah,
that
it's
they
a
got.
segment. It's a segment. Not to shout out ESPN, but they got a segment on you need new security because he getting pancaked and pushed back every time.
That's tough. They got to come up with a new name for that. You can't be called Get Up and Pancake. Check with that. But appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. I thought overall, listen, Lance said it. You played 56 great minutes of football, and they really were great. Hey, it did look like NFL blitz out there, Mike. I swear it did. Like how he fell was very NFL blitzish.
Oh, I thought I had the He's on Fire. Shoot, I don't have it.
No, that's not NFL.
I know that was
blitz
NBA
anyway.
Jam, but
That
I
was
had
NBA
He's on.
Jam.
I had it.
You can't just play things that are from concurring eras.
I can
bro.
do
You
whatever
can't.
the heck I want to do.
Oh no! Don't you touch another. God damn. We can't stop.
Carl, you gotta get him back.
You better get him
better
back.
Go down there and get
Yep,
him
we
back.
can't stop. Hey man, appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, hit that 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Let's finish out the show here, boys. Best and worst of the weekend. There was a lot that happened this weekend in the sports world. I thought there was a lot of interesting things that went on. What is the best and worst thing that you guys saw sports-wise this weekend, or just life-wise. I ain't gonna lie to you, because there's some interesting stuff out there just in general in the everyday world that's being reported on and talked about. Watch out for Diddy. That's all I say about that.
Watch out for what?
Listen, he got the kind of money that could take this show down, so I'm not gonna mess with him. But watch it.
Yeah.
But at this point, too many people are having so many innuendos with this whole thing. I don't think he can take down everybody at this point.
Hey, as long as we're last on the list, we're good. What's the best and worst thing y'all saw from the weekend, though, boys? Start with the best. Joe, what you got?
Well, one of the best things. Well, personally,
Personally, okay, a little personal in here.
My wonderful wife took me out to dinner. We went to City Winery, saw Eric Roberson. I actually had a chance to meet him about a month ago.
Yeah.
So we were at the restaurant or the concert venue, whatever, and we were at the side. So he saw us and actually recognized us. He's like, "Yo." He's like, yeah. What's up, man? And we got a chance to meet him and take pictures and stuff like that. Also, the Giants won. And
no, that's not the best.
Yeah, that's
don't you lie to them. That's not the best.
Definitely. Wait a minute, because I got to pull my draft watch up.
Little draft.
Atlanta won.
That means we're number one. Cardinals at number 2, because the Cardinals, they had won, and now the Bears are sitting at number 4, and the Giants dropped to number 5. So I'm hoping that Eberflus gives us to at least the 2nd or 3rd pick. So that's why. And the worst is, of course, watching the Bears. Sitting with all my friends, got my goddamn jerseys on. My son is losing it. He's like blowing a gasket. My son Cameron is losing it. He's like, I'm tired of watching the Bears lose.
Yeah, he might not be strong enough for this Bears life, bro. You might have to switch him to a different team, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
30 long years of suffering.
Hey, bro, right. I've been going through this my whole life. He ain't even halfway there yet, and he's not gonna make it, bro. I mean, that's a little concerning. No, I'm right in line with you on the best thing I saw from the weekend. Tommy DeVito. I just love how Italian this young man is, bro. It's him
Can you relate
and
to
his
that?
whole family just in the crowd, just, hey, come on, hey, touchdown, hey. I just love seeing, I'm half Italian, relax, everybody. I just love seeing
He was getting
Tommy DeVito go
felt
out there
Kendrick Spirit there.
and be the underdog, completed 69%
Their cousins, they just
passes,
don't realize it.
246 passing yards, 3 touchdowns on the day, 137 QB rating. And the best part about it is I just keep getting flashbacks to the day that we got Justin Fields, and I can't wait to hear Ringo go, he traded the pick.
Like we got no business winning.
Hey,
no
we'll take
He had no business with winning.
Hey, we'll take your 3 technique, Ringo.
We have no business.
We want to thank you, Ringo,
We wanna
for all
thank
your
you,
service. Thank you.
Oh, and no Vaseline. Nah.
What happened?
It's been
What did you say? No Vaseline?
Hey, Ryan Poles is definitely finna. He finna.
Oh wow! You saying no Vaseline on the trade? Okay,
Yeah.
Ringo. All right. What was the best thing you saw this weekend, Ringo?
At this point, well, I ain't gonna lie. So the best thing, went and saw my biological family. Finally saw my niece. For the first time. So
Shout out to you.
that was dope. The worst thing probably us the Giants losing, but at the same time I did see something funny because Zach Wilson fell. I don't know how the man fell. He was just bagging up and just randomly fell on his neck.
You know what? I feel so bad for him.
Coming out of the huddle. I don't know what's going on with him. They said he got demoted to QB3.
I feel so bad for him for 2 reasons. There's so much pressure on that kid. Like, it's one thing when you come in, you're struggling, right? You got this team around you and want you to win right away. All right, cool, right? So he's a rookie, whatever. But then he gets Aaron Rodgers, who gets injured the very first game, and now you have to play after hearing all those people pretty much said that they would trade you for a bag of Doritos. Like, literally, there were signs that said with people in the stands with different things that they would trade him for. All of them were less than $1. It's really weird. Everything that he does is under a microscope, and that's kind of crazy. I as much as I don't care whether he wins or loses, but like the type of hate that he gets just outside the arena, just that has nothing to do with his game, I think is wild. Like, it's just crazy. The New York Jet fans are harsh.
Oh, they're terrible.
That's
it's
crazy.
New
Those
York.
are not real fans. Those are like
I like the chat with Raging Oracle. He's like, so I said the exact same thing. He's like, worse was Kelsey, the center, getting more TV time than the actual Thursday night game. I'm like, yeah, why do we need to see this dude? Like, I don't want to see this dude.
You talking about what the Bears played?
Yeah.
Hey, bro,
Nah,
listen,
because
listen,
that was hilarious.
That's in
Listen, I had
yeah.
zero problems with Jason Kelsey getting more TV time than the actual game. You want to know why? Because we didn't care about the game either, and we live here. We talk about the team. We covered it. The game was not worth watching. You know what that is? That's great planning. Somebody looked at the doggone teams that were on the docket and said, "Oh God."
I'm just saying, we're bringing this Philly center in. We don't want to see this Philly dude.
We got to find somebody else to talk.
football related. Can I do? I'm gonna throw this out there. The Broncos won. They beat the Vikings. Now here's the reason it relates to the Bears. When I look at Justin Fields and I think of like his comp, I really look at Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
I look at a young Russell Wilson and you know Russell Wilson was never. I think we had this on one of the shows. He's never been the league leader in yards per season, stuff like that, but he's been known as a winner. And he's used his legs, he makes the right play and stuff like that. And I can see Justin having an opportunity to evolve into that type of player. So the fact that Russ is like really back, they ain't talking about him the same way. They done won 4 in a row, 4 or 5, whatever it is. They're now 500. This lets me know that under good coaching, even though it did get ugly for Sean Payton, I think that it just goes to show me that if we can get the right people in the building, we may have the talent to make that type of transition. It may be ugly at first because you got to right the ship, but they went from being the laughing stock of the league to now they're 500 and people like, yo, they beat some really good teams. We might have to take them seriously. And that whole thing is changed. And that's the trajectory I see that the Chicago Bears can take going into next season. I really do feel that way.
So, Kid, are you saying that by hiring a proven Super Bowl winning coach with experience, he can actually turn some things around versus
By hiring somebody,
the hottest offensive, the hottest defensive coordinator,
Listen,
and they just churn these dudes?
They hired him, but he had he had the worst defense in league history. Like,
Doesn't matter. The point is that he's a real. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Stop! I'm tired of these dudes that don't know what they're freaking doing. Everybody on the job.
I'm with you.
What are you doing?
You
You got one job.
I was all in on Harbaugh until Lance said one thing to me and it kind of destroyed my dreams. He said, "What type of defense does Jim run?" I was like, a 3-4.
So what? I like a 3-4.
Bro, you can't revamp this defense again.
It ain't built yet.
Yes, but the guys that you drafted are 4-4-3 defense. They're not 4-3-4.
Who? They're not even doing that great. What difference does it make? Now you get big.
You're changing entire schemes. You're changing how guys have played their
How
entire
fast?
lives.
You only signed Montez Sweat. How fast is Montez Sweat?
How
4'6"?
fast
Isn't he
is
a 4'6"
Montez
dude?
Sweat? He's
We
not
do-
a
we do have a
linebacker.
lot of
Isn't he a
wins.
4'6"
He's not a linebacker.
Is Montez Sweat a 4.6 dude?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I
What
think he runs a
draft
4.
ratings are.
I think he runs like a 4.6 or 4.5. You could put him outside linebacker.
But here's the thing. Brian Urlacher said this is the greatest thing ever. I love guys that have all the measurables, but I'd rather have a guy that can play at 4.4 speed
I agree, Chris Rickoff.
than have a guy who's a 4.4 and plays at 4.6 because he's got to think about it.
I mean, I
You're
get
taking
that.
Montez Sweat and putting him in a defense he's never been a part of.
He's
going to think about
Go
he's
hit
not
a
gonna
guy.
be the same level
Go
guy.
hit a guy.
Can
Hit
I
the ball,
ask
hit
you-
a guy.
That
Do
sounds
you have to redo the defense?
right. Joe just like, oh, just hit him. Yeah, no, that's not how it
No,
works.
We had a 3-4 defense and did very
And we
well.
literally had to get rid of everyone who played a 4-3.
No, they got old.
Hey, you two guys, just real quick question for those who may not know. All right, this is a real serious question.
And that's the old
Why do we have to change the defense if we hire Harbaugh? Why can't he just do? Why can't he hire?
Because
Talk to Mel Tucker.
because
Talk to Mel Tucker.
Yeah, you don't want to see that. You don't want him. It's the same as everything else, right? Like it's like asking Kobe White to play power forward, even though Billy Donovan does it sometimes. It's not the thing that he's best suited for.
On that note, I'm gonna get out of here.
All right, my boy. You do
my
got to
man.
go to the Bulls live call. Shout out to Ringo over there, man. We gonna get out of here in a minute too. But yeah, no, you don't want to switch that up. You want that.
We're
to
not
be,
even. Yes, we can.
Nah,
You
bro.
got Tyreek Stevenson.
Bro, you have to go get a whole different type of defense.
You only got to. You still got to draft. Look, this is a pivotal moment. You can either draft a 3 technique guy, or you could draft a big Haloti Ngata, one of them big DJ Raji types, one of them big jumbos that clog up the middle of the line, and then you need also 2 big defensive ends.
How often that work?
It works a lot.
How often do that work?
Steelers defense is 3-4. The 49ers
I'm
defense
not
is a
saying how
3-4.
often does the 3-4 work. I'm saying how often does it work when you just say you could play a different position that you've never played
Who
before?
do we
Go figure
have-
that out?
Okay, so TJ Edwards can't tackle. Now you're a blitzing defense. What happens is this defense is all about coverage, right? Now instead you get to play downhill and they say pin your ears back and go after
The
him.
dude you just paid is a coverage linebacker.
Who?
Tremaine Evans.
Okay, so
Is a
make
coverage
him-
linebacker. TJ Edwards is a coverage linebacker.
TJ
too.
Edwards is
Both of
getting
them. Both of
15
them.
tackles a
Both of
game,
them.
12
Both of
tackles.
them are coverage linebackers. Those people cannot go switch to the 3-4. You just can't do it.
You're just trying to.
B-Dog, I
you're
wasn't
trying to
saying-
break
do it,
your brain.
Joe. I wish
Hey,
you
I
could,
wanna-
but you just can't do
Hey,
it.
hey.
I'm the one with the GM hat.
Yeah,
You
and
can
And
be
it
the
can't
GM.
be done.
Hey,
be the GM,
hey.
Joe.
And
Let's
V-Dog,
go.
I didn't say bring him back. I said,
Hey,
case
hey.
in point of bringing in Mel Tucker to try to run a defense he never ran before for the cover 2. He was trash.
Hey,
That's all
Joe,
I'm saying.
Joe, listen. Mike Lombardi had a GM hat. It didn't work out. He drafted Barkevius.
Well,
Mitchell.
I'm sitting
You know
here
what I
with
mean?
you.
It's not
I'm
always-
sitting here with you, Pat, and I'm not in the NFL.
I appreciate it.
But I'm
No,
a mean.
I do.
But before we get out of here, I do want to say Don Burr just wanted to let Pat know that it's been nearly 2 years for his Detroit jersey.
It ain't been 2 years. but I do
4.4
gotta get the
Sweat.
jersey
Thank
to
you,
him.
Edward Ryan's one of the coldest names.
Hey,
Right
listen,
I do
I got
gotta
a
get-
message
I do
from
gotta
him.
get the
He
jersey.
wanted me to let you know.
I do. And
Sweats
we
for-
haven't forgot about it. That's why we keep mentioning it on the show. It's not like we dodging it either. I owe Don Burr a jersey for last year.
Oh,
Yeah, I owe Don Burr a jersey. I want to finish it off with this though. The one thing that I will say, my worst from the weekend, just to finish this off, and then we can get out of here. Steph Curry has no help. Hey, listen. Hey, I was watching the Warriors this weekend.
Hey, I caught it.
Oh my God. Hey, and you know what's sad? Here's the sad part, right? Here's the sad part. And this is the you either live long, you either die a hero, or you live long enough to become a villain. Klay Thompson is not taking different shots.
It's the
They're
same.
just
shot.
not going in.
What's going to suck is he's going to probably go to another team that utilizes him more like an off the screen shooter. He's expected to do a lot on Golden State that it doesn't fit his game anymore.
he's a sixth man now. He's not a starter.
He should be a 6-man.
That's
but
what it
but
is.
I don't think he goes out that way. I don't think you bench
He's Bobby.
Stephen Curry.
He's Bobby Hansen. I'm talking about Klay Thompson.
I mean Klay Thompson. I don't think you bench Klay Thompson. That's what I meant.
He's the new Steve Kerr now. 'cause
Yeah,
he's
it's
up
not
there.
pretty.
Come off the bench.
Nah, he not even knocking them down. He's not even knocking them down. Yeah, I
So
mean,
here's a Chicago take. Would you make a deal for Klay Thompson and some
No.
pieces?
all right, we gotta get up out of here, man. Appreciate
Hey,
you.
hold on, baby. Hold on. This is a real thing. It's $33 million.
Subscribe to the page.
$33 million. Hold on. Let me cook a little bit.
Daily on this channel.
I got 2 minutes left. Hold on. Oh, you better not cut this off.
Chicago Talks.
We don't
Make sure
wanna-
you get to with us.
You better not cut this off. Hold on. Wait. I got 2
As
minutes.
always, man, it's your boy.
Hold
Pat.
on. You better stop.
Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Hey, you gonna take my camera off? Peace, y'all. Oh God, I'm dying out here. For the pettiest man alive, super producer Joe Holt, Drew in the building. Ringo's over there about to do the live call. Y'all stay safe out there, man. One
Y'all
love.
know y'all won't.